Welcome to this episode of Mainline Connect. My name is Jennifer Lynn Robinson, and my guest today is Zoya Egan. Welcome, Zoya.
Delighted to be here.
Zoya is a milliner, and if those of you who don't know what that is, which I did not before I knew you, is somebody who makes hats. And so this is not something that you would normally see in your everyday life, like the financial advisors and realtors and lawyers that you might meet on the main line. This is really a special, amazing skill, and we're so happy to have you here today to talk about what you do.
Thank you.
So, we like to start out with a networking topic, and I think, one thing that I've noticed about you, which I think is great, is you will tend to wear hats and fascinators to a lot of events that you go to and networking events and that sort of thing. So I kind of consider it your calling card. People see you, it's a conversation piece. How has that fared for you as far as networking in business?
It helped a lot because, first of all, people ask right away, what's the deal with the hat? Who made it, or where did you buy it? So it's a instant starter for any conversation in any party. So I like that, and that's how I push my my business.
Yeah.
That's how I tell people what I do, and it's been very helpful.
Yeah. So, this is not something a lot of people get into. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you ended up getting into making hats?
Okay, it's started in last year.
Okay.
I got an invitation to a Radnor Hunt event in May, and all ladies were supposed to wear hats. And I had to, since I didn't have a hat ready to wear, I decided to make my own. And it took me a couple of nights, but I made a beautiful hat. I thought it was beautiful. And it just happened to be a winner hat at the year 2014. Yes.
Okay.
So I got the first prize, and I realized that I am probably quite good at that, and decided to give it another try. So I made another hat right away after that, which was sold, and that was my starting point when I decided that I'm all in.
So do I understand correctly that then before that Radnor Hunt, you had never made hats before?
Never made a hat.
I had no idea. I thought you'd been doing this for a long time, and then at some point you just decided to make it a business.
No hats.
Yeah.
I have a very fashionable, I would say, experience my past. My mom was a very famous seamstress, and I was exposed to it all my childhood. So I know how to sew, I know how to construct clothing, but as far as hats, no, I never made a hat before that.
Wow. I mean, if I sat here and you told me I had to make a hat for myself for an event, it would look like, a 3-year-old made it, and it certainly wouldn't win any awards. So the fact that that was your first time and you placed first at Radnor Hunt, which is a big, as people watching would know, it's a big mainline kind of traditional event where there's a lot of fabulous hats. So that's pretty impressive.
Yes, it was, and I was shocked that I could even be on the same level with those ladies. I thought that I'm going to have something looking very crafty on my head, but it turns out that it was quite good hat.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
So, I know that, before that, obviously, you had another career. And so, what was it that brought you into deciding at this point last year to try to make your hat and make it a business after Radnor Hunt?
It wasn't, I would say for the first few months after I won the Radnor Hunt, I didn't think of it as a career. It was more like a hobby projects for me that I enjoyed making. But since I wasn't working full-time at that time, I was a housewife, so I just decided to give it a try and see, could I? Will it take off?
Right.
Because you can make a fancy hat for an event like a Radnor Hunt or Devon, but it doesn't mean that you can come up something with the felt.
Right.
Different materials, different embellishments. You have to be skilled at lots of things. So that's when I decided to give it a try, and it took off. Mm-hmm. And I'm still in the learning process. It's everyday learning, but I enjoy it.
Right.
And it comes very easy, and I am not planning to stop.
Good. We don't want you to stop. So, it's my understanding that you were in IT before, is that right?
Yes.
So that is quite a transition between kind of a very technical job to, a very arts-related job where you're actually constructing hats and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I came to America in 1996, I had to decide what career I would like to pursue. And I probably didn't give it a lot of thought. And I jumped into a science kind of path.
Yeah.
And it just somehow I ended up in computer science because I did not want to study math or physics.
Did you have that type of background from your education in Russia?
In Russia, no, I did not. I was studying to become a nurse in Russia.
Okay.
And but here in the United States, by year 2000, I had to come up with the firm plan. What am I going to do? And computer science, to me, seemed like a more profitable profession to acquire. I didn't give it a lot of thought, like I said before.
Did you like it?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not like it.
Right.
It was boring. It was very, I hate routine. I am a truly artistic person. I need to be in the process of creating new things on a daily basis. Whether it's a meal, it's never going to be the same meal more than maybe like twice a year.
Right.
Or it's creating a hat. I need to be my own boss. So after working for a few years in computer science industry, I just said it's not me. I need to start looking for something else.
Okay. Yeah, and it's, I know you personally outside of the show, and you're such a people person. I feel like you gain a lot of energy from being around other people and networking and the relationships. So I can't really imagine you, behind a computer kind of doing technical work all day. I can't see you being happy.
Yeah, I was not happy at all. I was miserable. But 4 years of college, obviously, you gain a couple $100 of that you have to pay off. So I had to stay in it because quitter is not a good word to have.
But now you're happy.
Now I'm the happiest person, yes.
Yeah, you're doing what you love and you're your own boss.
Yes, every day I wake up with one thought: what else I can do? How else I can play with the materials? What can I construct? The entire day goes around my studio, and I'm the happiest person.
Good. So I know also in your past you used to model, is that right?
Very little modeling experience, yes.
And so how do you think that's helped you in the current position you have, where you're kind of out in the society modeling your creations?
I would say it probably gave me an idea. I know how the final product should look.
Okay.
And I could tell right away by looking at the colors that how they're gonna look at the end product. So that helped a lot. Also, when you model, you obviously, a lot of pictures are being taken.
Yeah.
And you get to know which lady with what body type would look better in what kind of clothing, what colors would suit her better. And now, since I'm making hats, obviously my first analysis of any lady that I am working with is to see her height, her build,
the shape of her face.
The shape of her face, obviously. And all that together, I could see that, yes, she's going to be looking good at the large brimmed hat, or vice versa. She needs something small
or
and
something
flowery or height. Yes. So that helped me in that sense. Yes.
Yeah, I've noticed that about you. When you try hats on different people, and you seem to have a really keen sense of what's going to look good
what's
on
going
them.
to look good. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do when I work person on person with the new client. We need to figure out, because I might tell that you're going to look good in something like this. It's a quite big piece.
Right.
But the lady might say, it's not my style, I'm not going to feel comfortable. So, of course, you don't want to make someone look uncomfortable. Because when a woman, especially a woman who is into fashion, when she's not feeling confident about her looks, no matter what she's wearing, it's not going to look right.
So what do you do in the opposite circumstance? Let's say there's a hat that somebody really loves, and you personally feel like it's just not right for them on many levels, for their body type, for their face shape, but they are insistent this is the hat for them.
Very tough question. I've been there only once. Of course, I do my very best to tell the person that it's not you.
Right.
And if that doesn't work, then the best offer I can make is to suggest how you either tone it down or how you can make attention away from the hat. So
Okay.
even though you're wearing a piece that is not flattering, but you can kind of the attention will be taken to accessories, or to a dress or a purse,
Right.
or makeup,
Which
whatever.
is, it's interesting because that's exactly the opposite of what you would want. As somebody who makes hats, you want to showcase the hat.
I want to show the
But
hat.
you want to showcase the right hat on the right
Yes,
person.
on the right person.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So switching gears a little, I've had the opportunity to meet your lovely husband a few times, and I'd love to hear what kind of role either he plays in your business, or, what kind of support he has been for you in getting this business off the ground.
He is the foundation of everything that I achieved so far. And I've been so fortunate to have him
Yeah.
as a greatest supporter, a sponsor, a supporter. He gives me a tremendous, tons of advice when it comes to business level. Because he's in sales himself for over 30 years, and he's very good how to read people. Sometimes he even coaches me when we go together to networking events. He's telling me that I either need to slow down, or I need to really push myself out and try to work the crowd. And whenever I follow his advice, it works like a magic.
Right. And do you
So-
tend to listen to his advice?
Yes,
You do?
yes. I don't mind taking an advice, because everything is a learning process.
Sure.
I was not born to network. It's
Nobody
relatively new to me. I'm still learning. So obviously every advice that I get, I am more than happy.
Yeah.
Please
I-
teach me.
I feel like with my own husband, he has an MBA and I don't. And so there's definitely things he knows more about business-wise than I
Money,
do.
yes.
But sometimes I listen to him and sometimes I don't listen at all. And the funniest is when I'll listen later. Like, he'll say something to me, he'll make a suggestion, and I'll blow it off. And then I'll go to a seminar, let's say 3 months later, and I'll come home and I'll say, oh, I have the best idea for my business. And I'll tell him the idea, and he'll say, I told you to do that 3 months
months
ago.
ago.
But I don't listen to him because it's coming from my husband.
From the
So,
husband,
yeah.
When it comes to business advice, my husband there is no one like him.
Yeah.
When it comes to fabric buying or something constructing, obviously he's trying to stay away from it.
Sure.
Even though I tend to ask him for his opinion for the final product. And judging by the look on his face, I could say whether it's going to be liked or it's going to be just an okay item.
Does he know a lot about fashion?
Nothing.
No. Okay. So that's really your department.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
So
is.
do you have a favorite hat that you've done?
It's probably going to be this pink one in the middle.
Okay. It's beautiful.
Yes, it is beautiful. It was not a very easy piece to make. I struggled probably for 2 weeks just to come up with the shape that it's all perfect and smooth.
Okay. And we can take it off if you want to show.
Yes, yes. So that's the fabric is cinnamon, and just for this particular shape, I spent 3 yards of cinnamon that came from England.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wasted probably 10 more
Oh,
before
wow.
I came up with that. And then you make all kind of embellishments. Like for this hat, the embellishments, this trim,
Okay.
handmade, hand sewn
And you some beautiful
by me,
flowers.
and some flowers on it,
Yeah.
and everything is hand painted. And yes, it is my favorite.
It's a beautiful
so far.
piece.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then some of the other ones you brought today are sort of those great kind of flappy fall hats that people would wear with boots and a great sweater and jeans.
Yes,
and
they are very,
leggings. Yeah.
very popular now because of the weather that is coming. What I like about my hats is that you can take this little belt
Yeah.
off, and if you have another one, you can put another one on it. So
For a whole different
you
look.
can make, yes, you can make this hat more festive, I would
Okay.
say. Or if you have just a pair of jeans and nothing busy in a sort of like a jacket or a sweater,
Mm-hmm.
then you can dress it up. If you just want something classy and simple, you can always put this band
Right.
and have it
So for something like this brown hat or the green hat that have these bands,
yes.
are people able to purchase the hat and then purchase multiple bands from you if they want different looks?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's
And I
possible.
want to make sure our audience sees this beautiful band here.
Yeah,
because
this
it's
one
really
cannot.
Special.
This one is glued
That one's
because
glued.
yes,
It's
because
really gorgeous.
yes.
Yeah.
But I have another hat like that, so you can interchange the belts
Okay.
and get the desired look.
Yeah. And it changes the whole look.
Yes.
Yeah. That's lovely. And then you brought this beautiful fascinator too.
It's not a fascinator.
Oh,
it's
not- I'm
actually
sorry.
another thing that you can
Okay.
just...
But you do make beautiful
that-
fascinators,
yes.
which I've worn to a number of
Yes,
events. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So I want everybody to understand that you also do the fascinators because they're special pieces that something like a dîner en blanc or ladies' hat day, those go a long way as in addition to the hats.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
They are very becoming.
yeah.
They are worn all over the world right now. It's a big hit. They are fun to make. Ladies going absolutely crazy about them. As far as I know, almost every friend of mine has at
Yeah.
least one or two fascinators. And yes, those are my favorite pieces to make.
And I love, when you go out to events, a lot of times you'll wear fascinators. And, I think people don't think enough about just kind of wearing them out to a dinner or a networking event.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
there's still people who think that something like this is only for a special occasion.
For a special occasion.
But you can wear a fascinator with, a cute top and jeans and
Yes.
go out to an event and just have a great different look.
And be very memorable.
Yeah,
You're
be
going
very memorable.
Yes, you're going to make an impression in the first 10 seconds.
Absolutely, and I love that you brought that up because
Yes.
that's a very important idea for me. Yes. So
Yes.
where do you find the inspiration for all of this?
It's very, I don't look for them.
Okay.
Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night because I saw a dream, and in a dream I saw something beautiful or not so beautiful but interesting. Or I can go to a museum and see a beautiful collection of old clothes from 19th century, and it would inspire me to, obviously not to copy, but just to work with the color scheme or the whole idea, if you like something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's around us.
Yeah, and do you do sketches and things like that?
Very rare I do
Okay.
sketches, but
Okay.
sometimes if there is something very complex like this pink hat, yes, sketches are needed, so I would remember where goes what.
Got it. Okay. Now, I know you mentioned this took you, it sounds like several weeks.
Several weeks, yes.
Is there sort of a length of time that a hat will take you in general, or does it just depend on how extensive the material and the design is?
Pieces like that, something that you can wear to Devon horse show, Radnor Hunt, or they call them ascot hats. That can take a while because you need to be, first of all, you need to be skilled. It can take anywhere from 1 week to a couple of months.
Oh, wow.
That's if you don't know what you want.
Okay.
But if someone has a clear idea that they want this type of hat with that color and I want silk flowers and no feathers, then it's making it easier for me because I have a plan what needs to be created.
So what do you do? I'm sure this has happened to you, where somebody comes to you and says, 2 days from now, I need a hat that's like this for an event, and it needs to be these colors. Will you just say no, or will you try to make it work and stay up for 2 days, or what will you do?
I try that. It doesn't work. With something, again, complex like this one, time is very critical because I need 12 hours for the material to dry
Okay.
on a block.
Okay.
And I can't shorten that time no matter what you do. I would rather say no, I won't be able to do it than to be in a hurry and leave the customer without any product.
Or with something that you're not,
Yes.
you don't want to stand behind.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes to you, whether it's for, a more extensive hat or for some of the fun fascinators or one of these great fall hats, whatever it is, what can they expect that creative process to be like? I know you're very big on making things custom to the individual.
Yes.
So tell us more about that process.
When someone decides to order a fascinator from me, we need to meet. I need to see everything about the woman. I will ask her a question what she's going to wear it with, because that's very critical. Then usually it goes from a week. I mean, a week would take me more than enough that I can create a very nice piece when we know what are we going to make.
Okay.
So it's no more than a week.
Okay. And so, some of the fall hats you've shown us, what are some of the things that you have coming up that are new product lines or new things that you're working on?
Yes, I am trying to conquer men's line of hats.
Okay, menswear.
But the process is very different from ladies' hats. It's much longer. So many more skills that I need to learn how to make it. So it's going to be a very long process. It's not going to happen, probably not even in this year. A lot of schooling. I have to attend a couple workshops.
Okay.
And I also working right now on a project, on a new line, mothers and daughters fascinators.
Yes.
Nothing looks cuter than a fascinator on a little girl. And if a mother decides that she wants to look similar, then it's great. 2 little fascinators, and it looks awesome.
And also, I think that would work well with pets too, because I would definitely put fascinator on my dog and have a matching fascinator. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not too many dogs like to wear anything on them, especially on their heads.
Right. I've actually seen that at Ladies Hat Day at Devon.
Yes.
There's a woman, I can't think of her name, but I'm sure you probably know who she is. She places most years, and she is a little dog, and she makes the same fascinator for herself and the dog.
Yes. Yeah. But she, if you notice, she always carries it.
Yes.
She carries the dog, because as soon as she puts the dog down, dog decides to shake everything off, and the customer's ruined.
But that's a great market too, I think.
Yes, it is.
People like to spend money on their pets.
Or take pictures for holidays or for some events if you're expecting guests or a party. Yes, of course, it's fun to dress up your pooch in a nice
And I would think
hat.
too, for something like a bachelorette party or a bridal shower, maybe a bridal party wants to all have matching fascinators or matching hats. That's something that you could do.
Absolutely, I can. I am telling my customers, and I'm telling people that know me or I meet at any events, that yes, it's possible.
Yeah.
That it will be a fun project to do for me.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, I love hearing what you have coming up. So, I know you had said earlier when we were talking that, you're still learning kind of this whole networking, and even having a business is still new for you.
Yes.
You're doing great with it. I know you personally, and I know you have such a big heart, and I'm wondering how you feel like that's been serving you in a business respect. Do you feel like it's helped you, feel like it's hurt you, or both?
Help me,
Yeah, I feel like you have a very big personality. I look at that as a positive, because you're not afraid to talk to people.
I'm not.
People get to know you. You're very warm. You're very passionate about what you do. But I can also see that being less of a positive, because you're also very trusting. And, everybody makes their own mistakes in business, and I've certainly made my own as well. So how do you feel like that's helped you or hurt you?
Mistakes, I don't concentrate on them. It's all right. They didn't break me. It's something, it's just another lesson to learn.
Yeah.
But it's not going to make a decision for me to stop networking or stop talking to people. There are more nice people, lovely people, than not so nice people. So it's not even a...
so focus on the positive.
Absolutely, yes, always.
And you're definitely that kind of person.
Absolutely. And I'm right now surrounded by probably 200 women that I've just met in the past few months, and we just maybe not friendly, not on the first name basis, but when we do recognize each other at the different events, we treat each other like we've been friends forever.
Yeah, which is great.
It is.
Because, a lot of the work you do, it seems like it's very much solo. You're probably sitting at home in your studio and with materials and making all these decisions in your own head. So it must be great to get out and have, a community of people.
Yes, and it also helps me to see, I don't want to say to see the market, but I also, by talking to women at those numerous events, I also find out what women like.
Yeah.
So some women might like bigger hats. Some say that, oh no, I would like to have, a little cute fascinator, but they are hard to find. So to me, I can also see the market, what is needed there.
Okay.
What's in abundance and what's not. And it's very helpful in that sense for me. That's why I love to attend those events. For socializing, obviously, for seeing my friends, but also I can see what's going on and what I can deliver to my customers.
That makes sense. So do you have a dream event that you would want to make a hat or a fascinator for?
Dream event?
Like, we're talking about things like Ladies Hat Day at Devon and Radnor Hunt, and, we attended Dîner en Blanc this year, and you had an amazing creation you did for that.
Thank you.
That made the papers.
Yes.
So is there something that you haven't done a hat for that you think, oh, if I could do a hat for that, it would be amazing?
Probably, yes. I would be very happy if I could make a hat for the Derby event.
The Kentucky Derby?
Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
That would be awesome to have my piece there.
That would
Even
be
if
awesome.
it's not going to be featured, just to be there, just to know that someone wore that hat.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That's an amazing goal. Now, what about a dream client?
Oh, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga.
Oh, that would be amazing.
She's such a fashion vampire.
Yeah.
That she can wear anything, and with her, you don't need to think about boundaries and color scheme. You can give her anything.
She would do anything.
And she will rock it.
She'll wear an outfit of meat. Yeah.
Yes, and she did.
Yes. No, I mean, she pushes the boundaries in the best way.
Yes,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
makes it with a taste.
Yeah.
It's also not not in a ridicule way.
Right.
She's pulling it
Oh, she's
all
an
the way
icon.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
She'd be amazing to design
Yep.
for. Yep. And you didn't even hesitate. You just said Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there.
I get it. Yeah.
I'm hoping that one day I will come up with the craziest hat, and I will send it to her.
Yeah. Oh, that's
It's
wonderful.
my plan.
Yeah. So, shifting gears a little, has there been a book that has helped you either personally or in business that you maybe want to tell our audience about?
A book. Since I'm bilingual, I read a lot of books, obviously in Russian. The latest book that I'm reading right now, it's by our fellow femme, Liz Barker.
Changed by Chance, right?
Chance by Chance, yes. It's a very
It's wonderful.
sad, wonderful book, but it's sad.
Yes.
It touches a lot of, it hit the spots when I read that book. Yes, that book
Yeah.
made a huge impression.
Yeah,
on me.
for our viewers,
How
it's called Changed by Chance by Elizabeth Barker, and I finished it, and I started it at the airport, and I was like in tears at the airport, so I don't know if I would recommend reading it at the airport, but it's a wonderful book, but it
Yes.
is, it's about a lot of her life struggles, and then
Yes.
coming out of those life struggles.
That's the most,
Which is the most powerful part of it, but it does have
Yeah.
some very sad moments, but it's a wonderful book to
Yeah.
check out. So we're nearing the end, so I would love you to tell us what you have coming up, how people can reach out to you, and also what kinds of things you have coming up that you might want to mention to viewers.
I am coming up with the party. It's going to be probably the first or second week of December of this year. And it's going to be like a small fashion show with my new creations. And you can find out about that event on my Facebook page. It's Zoya Egan Milliner page. You can find it, like it, look at my work, and see when the final party is going to be announced.
And that's going to be on the main line?
It's going to be, yes, on the main line right here. Yes.
Okay. And you'll make a lot of new designs for it, I take it?
Yes, yes, I promise. Yes, I will.
That's
Lots of
very exciting.
fascinators. Yes, I'm going to make a couple pieces, like I mentioned before, mother-daughter.
Okay.
So it can be seen together how it works on models, live models.
Okay. Maybe
Yes.
a dog?
Yes, I think I can come up with one.
Yeah.
Yes, for you.
A well-behaved dog?
Well-behaved dogs, yes.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
long as it doesn't eat my fascinator. Yes.
Right. That's wonderful. Well, we look forward to it. You've done an amazing job with your business
Thank
in
you.
a short time.
Thank you.
And, I'm just so impressed with your design. You know how much I personally
Yes.
love them. And, we're glad to tell our viewers all about what you have going on. And please check her out. I mean, whether you have a small event or a big ladies' hat day type event that you want something for, she can custom make you a piece that would be fabulous.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jennifer.
All right. Thank you, viewers. Until next time.